Hey, how's it going? I'm back from having misread the question. That was embarrassing. Fortunately, nobody saw it. So, Leetcode 3397. Maximum number of distinct elements after operations. You're given an integer array nums and an integer k. You're allowed to perform the following operation on each element of the array at most once. Add an integer in the range -k to k to the element. Return the maximum possible number of distinct elements in nums after performing the operations. I believe, without loss of generality, that we can start populating the array from the far left and move to the right. I don't think there's an exception to that. So let's see if that works. So for I in range, length nums. Okay, so we're going to start off with the first thing in the array. Actually, let's start with the second. So the very first item in the array, we are going to subtract k from that, right? Now the next one we would like to be the previous one plus 1. Let's see. We can't make it smaller than or equal to the previous one, but that shouldn't be a problem. So now we can always push the next one forward. So we're not worried about the one to the right. We're only worried about the one to the left. So we will say minimum value equals nums of I minus 1 plus 1. And then left comma right equals nums of I minus k and nums plus k, right? Now, the only way that we wouldn't be able to get minimum value is if minimum value is greater than nums of I plus k, right? So if minimum value is greater than nums of I plus k, then nums of I is simply going to be equal to nums of I minus 1. In other words, a dupe. We give up. However, otherwise, nums of I is going to be equal to the maximum of the minimum value that it can be, and then the minimum value the previous one allows. Like that. I think that's right. Yeah, because the only reason that it could be a problem is if the minimum value exceeded this, which we just established that it doesn't. So, is that it? Return length of set of nums. Okay, cool. See ya.